The moment they stepped into my penthouse, their smiles vanished. That was the exact second I knew my parents' plan to move my sister into my brand new luxury apartment was about to completely fall apart. My name is Madison Walker, and for most of my life I was the responsible one. The quiet achiever. The daughter who never asked for help, never caused any trouble, and never once complained when my parents poured all their time, money, and energy into my younger sister Chloe. Chloe was impulsive, emotional, and always in some kind of mess, but somehow she was always the one who needed saving. So when I worked nonstop for years, built my own business from the ground up, and finally bought a stunning penthouse overlooking the city, I didn't even tell my family right away. For once, I wanted something that was just mine. Marble floors, floor-to-ceiling windows, smart lighting, custom furniture, every single detail represented a freedom I had earned the hard way. That peace lasted exactly 3 weeks. One Sunday afternoon, my parents showed up completely unannounced, with Chloe right behind them, dragging 2 massive suitcases. My mom clapped her hands together and said, "Madison, this is perfect. Chloe will stay here until she gets back on her feet." My dad nodded along as if it was already decided. Chloe was already eyeing the guest room like she owned it. They hadn't asked, they hadn't even hinted. They had just assumed. I felt that old, familiar pressure, the expectation that I would sacrifice again for my sister. But this time was different. I didn't say yes. I didn't say no either. I just smiled and said, "Sure, come on in. Let me show you around." They walked in, impressed at first. My mom whispered about the incredible view. My dad commented on how spacious it was. Chloe kicked off her shoes and made herself at home. Then, I led them down the hallway to a door they hadn't noticed before. I opened it. Inside was a sleek glass-walled room filled with servers, monitors, security panels, and locked cabinets. The air hummed softly with the sound of technology. Chloe frowned. "What is this?" "This," I said calmly, "is my control room." I explained that my penthouse wasn't just a home, it was also my company headquarters. Every room has smart surveillance, biometric locks, sound monitoring, and detailed access logs. My business deals, financial data, and private client information were all protected by extremely strict security protocols. No one, and I mean no one, stayed here unless they were authorized, background checked, and under contract. My parents stared at me like they were seeing me for the very first time. I continued, keeping my voice steady. "If Chloe lives here, she would need full security clearance. That means limited access to certain areas, strict curfews, no guests allowed, and absolutely no tampering with any of the systems. And if anything goes wrong, I am legally liable." Chloe scoffed. "So you just don't trust me?" I met her eyes directly. "It's not about trust, Chloe, it's about boundaries." The silence in the room was heavy. My mom's face tightened. My dad cleared his throat, looking uncomfortable. They finally realized this wasn't the old Madison who would quietly give in to their demands. This was someone who had built something valuable and was determined to protect it. Finally, my dad spoke. "We didn't know. That's the point," I replied. "You didn't ask." Chloe angrily grabbed her suitcases, muttering something under her breath. My parents suddenly started talking about other arrangements they could make and not wanting to impose. Within minutes, they were gone. That night, I stood alone by my massive windows, the city lights glowing far beneath me. And for the first time in my entire life, I didn't feel guilty for saying no, I felt proud. I realized I hadn't just bought a luxury penthouse, I had built a life where my space, my work, and my peace of mind were completely non-negotiable. And no one was ever moving in without my permission again. Thanks so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more content. See you next time.